Go ahead and give Audra her Tony right now. We don't need to have any further conversations. Go ahead and run that award to her house stat. Nobody was gonna tell me that this show was gonna hurt like that. And don't talk to me. Yes, I haven't watched Gypsy. I purposely did not look too deep into it. I knew my homegirl Joy eventually had a glow up moment. Didn't exactly know why. I thought it was for her own purposes. I found out that was different. Didn't know who her character. I knew she was a daughter. I just didn't know exactly what was happening here. I knew that she wasn't the favorite necessarily. We'll talk about that. And technically she was, but I did that on purpose and I'm so glad I did. Audra, why did you tear me to shreds like that? Also, Audra, I was scared of you. I'm not even gonna hold you. Terrified, actually. It wasn't necessarily secondhand embarrassment because there was also that kind of low key feeling, but it was like a mixture of secondhand embarrassment and like fear, because I was like, oh, she's like unstable. Like you ate that, because Audra McDonald, terrified of her. Why? Because she was acting down. And then when she went right into those bows, she was smiling and stuff again. She had the body posture resettled. Girl. Also, let's talk about the fact that the whole entire cast ate. It was a bigger cast than I thought it was, by the way. A lot of, first of all, the kids, y'all did wonderful. Little cutie patooties, acting down, singing down. You ate that. Yes, you did. And then moving on to like all the other roles that I didn't expect to see. There's a lot of like individual little roles that happen throughout the show, which is really cool because it's like, okay, new character alert. When Act 1 was going down, so first off, in the beginning, I already felt like real sad because the way she was doing her daughter when she was small, Louise, and then hyping up June, and then we keep moving forward. I'm like, no, like justice for Louise. Like this is bananas at this point. Herbie's over here getting used and abused. It's just a struggle bus after struggle bus, right? I had no idea, by the way, that Everything Coming Up Roses the first time, like the main one, was a whole mental breakdown song. Had no idea. June ends up leaving with Tulsa. By the way, rude, because here I am, my little rom-com brain. I thought Tulsa and Louise was gonna run away together. That's how I thought she was gonna have her moment. She was gonna leave with her mom and find appreciation for herself. But no, that was not the case. Everything was totally flipped. Okay. And when June left, we really did not see her again. Like, she really dipped. I thought we were going to see her be like, yeah, mom, I'm a star. No, we didn't even see that. She dipped, became an actress, and said, hasta la vista, baby. It was all justice for Louise, because the fact that now Rose wanted to see her and be like, you can be a star now, and now that June's gone, yeah, we have beef for life. We come back to Act 2. After them, like, being at this burlesque place and Rose looking down on all of the burlesque girls. But now Rose is like, oh, we're leaving, and she's supposed to be getting married to Herbie finally, and she's not really down, she's not vibing. And then lo and behold, one of the burlesque girls is missing. I think she got arrested, and they had started the show without her, so they had to pull someone in real quick. And then homegirl Rose is like, oh, she could do it. Offering up Louise. Don't be offering up my sis and you were sleeping on her this whole time. That's crazy. Also, no. Because the way that there were a lot of suggestions being made about how she should look and appeal to the men, and I do not like that. But Louise, as we know as an audience, she is still trying to figure out who she is, and she is trying to find her confidence and figure out, like, what she wants to do. Not necessarily knowing that yet, but it's happening. And so we see Louise eventually become Gypsy Rose, named by her mom, Rose. She named her that. And so we see her warm up into Gypsy Rose, and she ends up, loving Gypsy Rose, which is like, this is great. You found something for you. And then eventually, though, mom is like, oh, so you think you got your degree and you know everything. And basically it's like, oh, so you're a star and you're too big. Oh, and now you're trying to show your clothes off. Sis, you told her to do that. You're the reason why she's doing this in the first place. So mom's got a problem with that. And Gypsy Rose is like, well, if you got a problem with that, I love my life. I like what I do. I finally, I'm here. I got that confidence. If you have a problem with that, you could take a step. You could kick rocks. And so then Rose has a whole moment on stage. Let's talk about it. In their world, she walked outside of the theater, I'm pretty sure, wherever they were. She has a whole mental breakdown part 2, extreme. This is where Audra got her standing ovation mid-show. Yeah, Audra. And that was a moment I was sitting in my seat like, oh, she really going through it. Basically talking about how it should have been her. She was born at the wrong time. You know, if she would have been made it. The sign comes up with her name on it. Like, this whole thing, people are ungrateful for her. People always leave her. She's always like lifted people up, and she's been in the background. Like, it's deep. It's layers. There's layers and layers and layers. She's been through it, and unfortunately, because she's been through it, she made her kids go through it. What ends up happening is Gypsy Rose ends up seeing all that. She does a little slow clap. And I love that she's not just like immediately melting, like, oh my gosh, mom, I'm so sorry. Like, no. There is a conversation that is had. There's more to be done with their relationship, which is it's left obvious at the end, as they walk off together. But basically, Rose admits, like, hey, I could have been a better mom. You know, I didn't do the best I could have. I just wanted to be seen by the world. And then Gypsy Rose is like, I wanted to be seen by you. Like, that's all. And then, you know, she ends up holding her mom and like letting her mom cry in her hands. She's like, it's okay, Rose. And that's very interesting too, because it's like, you know, the grandma is the baby. Gypsy Rose invites her mom to the party that her mom was like, I can't go anywhere. You can't let me go backstage or nothing. So she's finally like trying to let her mom into like the light, that the fame of it all. And there's a potential for their relationship to come through. Now, Rose is still Rose at the end of the day, because she still be cracking very undertone jokes. But I see it. At the end of the day, it's a very complex relationship. So I get where Louise, aka Gypsy Rose, is coming from, in the sense of her mom has helped her get to where she is, but her mom has also been a downfall to like her being held back for so long. So it's like that mix of in between. It's like, you didn't see me, you held me back. I was always never in the spotlight. You pushed me to this place, and now that I'm here, you don't appreciate me being here. And so there's a lot of layers to that. But then I think she also sees her mom as someone who is also damaged, and unfortunately throughout that damaged her, so that layered. But Audra, you ate that, because when I was looking at you perform, I wasn't looking at Audra. Because you really made me not like you for a second. But I know better. So it was me not liking Rose, but I was like, this is really Audra. Like, it was wild. You did your thing. And I'm so glad to have watched you perform in person. Joy, lovely as always. Jordan, lovely as always. I saw you on The Notebook. Joy, I've seen you in 6 as well. You're just wonderful. And I'm glad I got to see you dance in this one, because I know you're a dancer, girl. Yeah, Joy be dancing, y'all. And that was great. Fun fact, I actually learned that section that Joy does when she's like fully Gypsy Rose, and she does a full she does that, and it's superb. I learned that when Camille A. Brown did a workshop at Ailey Extension. Fire. So I was like, oh yeah, I know the next step. It was nice. Also, Jordan, I would love to see you do more comedy. I really feel like, I don't know if you want to explore this, because I know you're still getting into your Broadway bag, but if you would want to do like a sitcom at some point in your life, or like a leading lady in a comedy show, a rom-com or something like that, you're hilarious. Highly suggest if you could go see Gypsy. You know, I'm Broadway on a budget girly, so I was able to get lottery tickets finally, and I hope to see other shows. But yeah, you go ahead and give Audra that 20.